Hello again, it's Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio. I'm not sure if this is part 2 or just an addendum, but this is my paint pouring, what I pour my colors into. This is just resting it so it doesn't do any damage to the canvas. And those are the leaves I just added, which you should probably be able to access by pressing the link underneath the video. So I'm going to make some more trees. And we're far, far away. I'm going to add a little bit of the Mead and White and a little bit of the Mead and Black. And I'm going to start with my Anita's White Metallic because it's the least expensive of the bunch. And I'm going to put all the rest of my colors on top. And I want all the colors. And I'm going to try and put them away as I use them. That was a Master's Touch. Yes, Master's Touch Venetian blue with a lot of Anita's White Metallic in it. This is a Prussian blue, probably a Grumbacher. It starts as a tube paint. In which case you just add more pouring medium. That is, I believe, a Peacock from Deco Art Americana, which is a metallic. This is the Venetian blue, but I think because it doesn't sync with the Meaden, I'm going to add some of my Meaden right now. Because I forgot, I meant to add it right out of the gate. But it sells. Not that I know that it's going to sell, because I'm tipping. Excuse me, I'm not tipping. Wow. That's the black. Here's some of my metallic purple. There's some of the Venetian blue from Modern Masters. It's a nice mix of colors so far. Here's some Folk Art color shifting turquoise. It's probably called a flash. Not sure. I'm just going to keep adding colors until I run out of colors. There's my Deco Art Americana 24 karat gold. No particular pattern in mind. There's an Arteza purple that's way too much like the other purple, so I'm not going to do too much of that. She said, and added some more anyway. Here's my purple flash from Folk Art. There's a theme. It's purple. Here's some Hot Orchid from Color Art. Prism Pour. It's a little bit clogged, but that might be okay. Oh, it's not really okay. That's not okay at all. I tested it by squeezing the bottle to see if the air would come out, and I thought that, that was proof enough that it would come out, but evidently I was mistaken. And I just got a big lump out of there, so we'll be back in business in a second. I can't have too much Hot Orchid. I haven't used nearly enough red. Even if the colors look weird, I have found out that they usually work themselves out. This I call Velveeta. This is, wow, this is another one that's sort of plugged. That is an orange from Hobby Lobby, which is a Master's Touch, and then I put a whole lot of Iridescent Pearl Fine from Golden in it. This is another Anita's White Metallic with a little bit of, just very little bit of Folk Art Neon Pink in. This is my Neon Purple from Folk Art, which often needs to have white near it in order to show up. I thought about not putting some yellow in, but I had to have some. This is also my 24 karat gold Deco Art Americana with some orange in it. And I'm going to finish off, am I? Maybe not. I'm going to put some magenta in there. And I'm going to put some more Mead and White in, I believe. Because I can. That's the name of my first book on the Amazon link. There is the Dioxazine Purple. And we're going to see how this is going to go. Let me grab a small tool. My friend Nadine just brought me little tools. Now this is pretty much the same difference as this, only it's not as wide. It is as deep though. So I'm really thinking that I can get away with, cross my fingers, making trees that way. I'd like to start from the top down, but I'm not sure how that's going to work. In any case, you're probably not going to see that. I should get a couple more colors out of my way, just because I can, or at least put them in one row. So I'm going to grab some colors and do what I said I was going to do. Start from the top down and then the bottom up. So a slightly different way that I did it the last time. That dripped right off my finger. And I probably shouldn't worry about it. And chances are I can fill in anything I need to fill in later. I like doing things in new ways. That's pretty cool actually. I might have a whole lot more paint than I need. I guess we'll find out as I go along. I like using the corner of whatever little shovel or scoop I'm using. And the edge, just to let some paint residuals go out. I could probably still use a shovel, and I'm thinking about it, but I kind of like the smaller trees, and I could just dip in to my colors and use the dipped part. And I plan on putting some leaves over the top of the leaves of the branches, but we'll see how that goes. Alright, so let's do it again. See if I can keep my fingers out of it this time. My plan was to make wider at the bottom, and I'm still planning on doing that. Now I can drag that down. Kind of thought I was going to tip the first one, but then I realized I wouldn't be able to tip any of the others, so I opted out of that scenario. Just going to keep dipping back. Oh, we got a bird's nest in our tree. Just have to make that a much heavier limb. I'm only grabbing little bits of paint at a time. I expect them to spread out some, and they seem to be working that way. So a lot of focus goes on with trying to figure out where tree limbs are going to go, I have to say. I might as well just go back and work on the original part of this. And add my tree limbs afterwards, or we're going to be here all day. Still trying to figure out new ways to do this. And I might teach myself some new ways of making patterns in the meantime. The drips make interesting roots. I know I like to use the spatulas. To put little branches on. I just can't seem to stop myself from wanting to put some branches in when I start. It's not impossible, but it's not as easy as it looks either. I'm gonna have to keep fattening up that branch right there. So far so good. I'd like at least a couple more trees. I'd like to do them the way I did them the first time. That one I want to tip. I don't know how much of the others will follow suit. Just going to nudge a little paint with my skewer. Oh, that exposed some really beautiful colors. I could probably expose all kinds of cool colors if I were willing to blow into the paint with a straw. That's not bad. I'm going to have to put a lot more leaves in there, and maybe quite a few smaller ones. I really did want bigger trees, but I'm nervous about making them larger now. That's what I get for using the smaller scoop. Make them a little bit larger. Last time I didn't have such bright colors for my branches. I think I'm going to like them. I'm probably going to go to a certain point, have to turn this around to show it to you guys, and call it good. I'm either going to have 1 or 2 more trees, and I'm inclined to put another one on this side, but I'm not sure how to get away with it right now without knocking over my paint at least. Come on, paint, stay on the table. I am probably not within your view. I'm so sorry. Hopefully you can see something. I may give myself a whole bunch more trees in the background of this piece. I wanted a real forest. I'm going to have to do the edge of my canvas tomorrow. Come on, drip. Put some leaves down lower. So I'm going to show you guys that really quickly and set my timer. I'm going to tell you I'll work until I run out of time, but I do sell my artwork and my email address is below the video underneath the link tree. The link tree you can find Pinterest, Instagram, and Twitter links. I don't mind having some of these cross over each other. I think that's actually an idea I like the sound of. So far so good. Pretty neat actually. So I'm going to finish my last tree, and after you're gone I'll keep adding branches until I can't stand to add branches anymore. So let's do that last tree. I'm getting brazen with my techniques. I really just want to play fast and loose with paint. Using the little scoop to also spread, but I don't want it to look too obvious. I am going to have to do another painting. I have a lot of paint left. I'll just fill that in. I don't think it would even matter if I left any black gaps because they're going to fill in. I've got 1 minute left to tell you guys, check out the exhibition video on the end screen for the prizes for the monthly drawing that happens at the end of the month. And if you want to be eligible, make a contribution through PayPal or Patreon to keep the studio making videos, and you'll be automatically entered. Yeah, I'm really going to enjoy putting some branches in. I thought it might be a chore, but I'm loving the colors. And I just got to finish this one more tree, and maybe I'll be able to show you guys. Before you're gone. I will torch to release the bubbles caught in the paint. Check out my Teespring clothing below the video. If you have questions, please ask them. Check out my over 1,800 videos on created playlists. On my YouTube channel, you can find the Teespring